High above Istanbul, while the city slowly wakes, a white swan soars through the golden morning light. Wings wide and graceful, he glides over the waters of the Bosphorus, completely unaware of the fate waiting below. Because today, we're going to hear an ancient tale, one that carries not one, but two powerful life lessons. It's the story of the swan and the scorpion. But elsewhere, a dark threat begins to rise again. Back in the port of Marseille, a prisoner escapes from the old castle of Lord Edmund. Yes, he's back, the wolf. And this time, he's more determined than ever. He boards a ship headed toward Istanbul. A storm breaks out at sea. The waves crash, winds scream. But the wolf doesn't move. He just stares ahead. "I will find her," he mutters, "and this time, I won't fail." Meanwhile, Little Red Riding Hood arrives in Istanbul with Lord Edmund. The city buzzes with life. Colors, smells, sounds all around them. They wander the endless maze of the Grand Bazaar, not knowing someone is already watching. The wolf has followed their trail. He walks among the crowd unnoticed, dressed like a true gentleman. The wolf watches them, hidden. He already has a new plan. They step into a cozy bookshop, tucked behind a curtain of spices and silks. A kind old bookseller greets them. "Would you like to hear a tale?" he asks. "An old story from these lands, passed down for generations." And so begins the tale of the swan and the scorpion. One morning, on a quiet dock along the Bosphorus, a scorpion waves at a swan gliding by in the water. "Please, swan," he calls out, "help me cross the river. I can't swim." The swan pauses. "But you're a scorpion. You might sting me." "If I do, we'll both drown," says the scorpion. "That would be foolish. Trust me." The swan hesitates, then swims to the dock and lets the scorpion climb onto his back. They glide together into the calm blue. But halfway across, the scorpion stings. "Why?" gasps the swan, his wings going weak. "I'm sorry," says the scorpion. "It's just who I am." And together they sink beneath the water. While the story unfolds, something else is happening. The wolf has found a small perfume shop. He waits until the merchant turns his back, then attacks. The two struggle. Bottles crash, glass shatters, but the wolf overpowers him. He locks the man in a closet, puts on his elegant Ottoman robes and red hat, and waits. Back in the bookshop, the old man closes the dusty book. Lord Edmund looks at Red. You see, the scorpion knew what he would do, and the swan knew what might happen. But they both made the choice anyway. Sometimes deep down, we know a decision is wrong, and still we go through with it. And that's why we need to learn to pause, to trust our instincts, and walk away when something doesn't feel right. Red leaves the bookshop and walks through the bazaar alone. The smell of perfumes draws her toward a beautiful store. Inside, a man in fine Turkish robes smiles. Something about his eyes feels familiar. "You have very big eyes," she says, "and big ears, and very sharp teeth." The wolf grabs her. He pulls her toward the back of the store. Lord Edmund rushes in. A fight breaks out. Shelves crash, scents spill across the floor. But the wolf pushes Edmund aside and disappears into the crowd, running through the market alleys, gone again. Edmund helps Red back to her feet. "You remember the cottage? The disguise? You already fell for this once." We flash back to the famous scene, the wolf in the grandmother's clothes and Red's narrow escape. "You made the same mistake twice," Edmund says softly. "Messing up isn't a bad thing. That's how we grow. But repeating the same mistake? That means we haven't really learned. You need to be stronger now, more careful, less trusting of sweet words and familiar faces, because the wolf isn't finished." Later, the two explore the beauty of the city, the Blue Mosque, the Grand Bazaar, the Tower of Galata, and the breathtaking palace of Topkapi. They stop to watch the whirling dervishes. Men dressed in white spin gracefully, endlessly, reaching for something higher. If you like this story, don't miss the first two parts. In Naples, Red met a guitar playing cricket and heard a forgotten version of the Grasshopper and the Ant during the eruption of Vesuvius. In Santorini, she learned the story of a fisherman who saved a dolphin and was saved in return during a powerful storm. And now, the wolf is still out there, and he set his sights on the next stop of her journey, Egypt. A land of secrets, pyramids, and powerful legends. Don't miss what comes next. Subscribe now to follow the story and stay ahead of the wolf.